Step into reading. Step 3. Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots. Once upon a time, there was a cat named Puss. He lived with the old miller and his 3 sons. Puss would hide in the mill. If a rat came to eat the grain, Puss would pounce. Then the miller died. The oldest son took the mill. The second son took the donkey. "There is nothing left for me," said the youngest son. "You can have the cat," his brothers said. The youngest son's name was Tom. Tom had no money to feed a cat. Meow. "Sorry, man, I got no money to buy you food." He planned to leave Puss alone in the woods. Puss was scared. "I can make you rich," Puss said to Tom. Tom didn't know Puss could talk. He thought a talking cat must be very clever. Puss asked for a sack. He asked for a pair of boots. Tom gave him both things. Puss filled the sack with the carrots. He hid behind a rock. Some rabbits came to eat. Puss snatched them up in his sack. Puss brought the rabbits to the king's castle. "A present from my master," Puss said. The king rubbed his stomach. He loved rabbit stew. "What is your master's name?" the princess asked. "What is your master's name?" the princess asked. Puss told a fib. "Road Carabas," he said. Puss brought a present to the castle every week. He brought grains from the mill. Oh ho ho. He brought fish from the river. Wow. He brought flowers from field. "Here you go. Thank you." One day, Puss saw the royal carriage coming down the road. He had an idea. He told Tom to go swimming in the river. "Now?" Tom asked. "Now," Puss said. Tom stripped off his clothes. He jumped into the river. Puss looked down the road. The king's carriage was getting closer. He hid Tom's closet under the rock. Puss ran into the road. "Help! Road Carabas is drowning!" he cried. "What?" The carriage driver fished Tom out of the river. "I got you." Ooh, thank you. Tom hid behind a bush. "A bandit stole my master's clothes," said Puss. The king remembered the gift from Road Carabas. "Bring this man a fine new suit," he said. Road Carabas got into the carriage with the king and the princess. Puss saw some people down the road. He had another idea. He ran ahead. The people were picking apples. They looked hungry. "Why don't you eat the apples?" Puss asked. "We give all our apples to a bad ogre," a man said. The ogre could turn into a dragon. Puss made a deal with the people. They would tell the king that the orchard belonged to Lord Carabas. Puss would get rid of the ogre. "Oh, really?" "Yeah, I'll get rid of ogre, if you say so." Puss ran on. His boots helped him run fast. Puss found some people milking cows. They looked thirsty. Why don't you drink the milk? Puss asked. We give all our milk to a scary ogre, a woman said. The ogre could turn into a tiger. Puss made a deal with these people too. They would tell the king that the cow belonged to Lord Carabas. Puss would get rid of the ogre. It's a deal, said the people. Yeah, let's make a deal. Moo, said the cows. Puss ran on. Puss soon came to the ogre's castle. He went inside. The ogre sat on the golden throne. He drank from a silver cup. He picked his nose. He scratched his bottom. The ogre saw Puss. He wanted to eat Puss for dinner. I like cat. The ogre tried to grab the cat, but he was too slow. Puss jumped onto the table. Ha! The ogre turned into a lion. Puss was shaking in his boots. But Puss had an idea. I bet you can't turn into a rhino, he said. The ogre became a rhino. Why not? Boom. A bear, Puss said. The ogre became a bear. There you go. A dog, Puss said. The ogre became a dog. How about that? I'll bet you can't turn into a mouse, said Puss. The ogre became a mouse. Oh, look, I can even do a mouth. Mouse. Pounce. Puss ate the mouse in one bite. Ah, yummy. Puss went outside. The royal carriage drove up. Welcome to the castle of Lord Carabas, he said. The king liked the orchard and cows. Oh, it all belongs to you, Lord Carabas. Oh, you're a rich man. The princess liked the castle. Oh, I love the castle. Oh, you do? She loved Lord Carabas, and he loved her too. They were married the very next day. The king brought the cake. The apple pickers brought apple cider. The milkmaid brought ice cream. Puss brought himself. The ogre was gone, and everyone had enough to eat and drink. Lord and Lady Carabas were very happy. She called him Tom. He called her Jenny. Puss gave the sack back to Tom, but to this day he still wears his boots. The end.